Hi, how are you? Welcome to Gold Nugget, JAW_success. If this is your first time to the channel, let me welcome you. If you have already subscribed, let me thank you for joining me on this growth path. I was just heading out a while ago, and as I was about to go out, a thought came to mind which I just want to leave with you. Sometimes people ask themselves, what am I worth? Or what is my worth? And we allow other persons to belittle us or put us in a position where we feel uncomfortable with ourselves. We feel as though we are not good enough and nobody cares for us, or we can never be right, or we can never do anything correctly. But I want to say to you in this nugget that your worth is so much that I want you to challenge yourself and believe in your own abilities. Develop the confidence to know that you are special. Okay? There are many beliefs that an individual is innately evil or wicked. And while I can concur to some extent that because of the human nature in us, which tend to do things that goes against the standards of God, if we recognize who we are as individuals, as offsprings of God, and put ourselves in the position where we exude that kind of confidence, then we will have an understanding that our worth is far above rubies, is far above diamonds, it is far above anything. What is your worth? And I would say to you, you are worth the death of the highest God. Now, why would I say that? Sometimes people don't put a price on themselves. They don't put a worth on themselves. And because of that, they live with their heads in the grounds like ostrich. They live in self-belittling thoughts. They think of themselves as no good. They think of themselves as individuals who have no meaning. They buy into self-defeating practices. They give themselves over to habits and conditions that are not holistic. They are not real. They are not proper. Some individuals become bulimic. Some persons develop smoking attitude. Some individuals join the wrong group, get into gang, do all manner of something because they are searching for their worth. They are searching for their identity. They don't know who they are. But I want to point to you today to say to you that you are considered in the eyes of, if there was an hierarchy of gods, and let me use Greek mythology, if there was an hierarchy of gods, then the Lord Jesus would be the God of Zeus, or the God of Zeus is God, so to speak. There is nobody higher than him. In terms of religion, some persons talk about Buddha, Mohammed, Krishna, Vishnu, and you can name them, whether it be Eastern or Western or whichever other religion. If there is a God anywhere, then Jesus would be the head of those gods because he is the God of gods. Okay? And so if you should look at yourself and to consider what you are worth, you would recognize that in order to pay the price for you, in order to rescue you from yourself, from self-defeating tendencies, from everything that would have killed you, everything that would have destroyed you, the God of gods' blood is required to rescue you or to save you. What does that mean? It means that you are more precious than you see yourself. You are more precious than you allow others to make you feel. And this is why in this nugget I want to say, or I want to point you to how God thinks about you. You know, I said it in other nuggets that I used to walk around with my self-defeating thoughts. I used to think that I'm no good. I used to think that I'm one of the ugliest men in the world. I used to try to fit into groups and crowds and all of those kind of stuff until I recognize who loves me the most, to the point where even when I didn't love myself and have self-defeating tendencies, thinking that I have to try and match up with the Joneses or the Johnsons or the Hitchcocks or the Kardashians, so to speak, the Lord himself showed me that he loves me more than anybody else. And if he loves me more than anybody else, then he gave himself so that I could become who I need to become. So now I don't care who thinks that I'm ugly. I don't care what circumstances come in my life to make me appear not to be as good as everybody else. I know who I am. And so what am I worth? I'm worth the blood of the highest God. In other words, the highest God had to die for me, okay, to recognize who I am and to recognize that if he places me in such a high regard to spill his own blood for me, then I should never see myself as anything less than the prized possession of the highest God. And if I am the prized possession of the highest God, then my self-esteem, my self-talk, the things that I say to myself, the challenges that I face, I must recognize that I am equal to it and above it, because I am worth more than anything else. This is JAW saying to you, by all means necessary, create a way out. But in creating a way out, know your worth. Know that you are worth the blood of the highest God. And that means you are so precious that you should never see yourself or allow yourself to fall into any defeating tendencies. Live above the circumstances of life and live to the extent where your life matters, because to the highest God, it does matter where you end up, what you do, and if he would spill his blood for you, he will spill his blood to make sure that you reach to where you want to go. So put your head in the right frame of mind. Look in the direction that you want to go and move towards it, because at the end of the day, what is your worth? You worth the blood of the highest God. All right, this is JAW saying to you, bye, God bless.